And a warm welcome again to the session, second day. I hope everybody is doing good.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Srilekha. Good evening, Rashmi. And good evening, all other participants as well. Okay, brilliant. Fabulous. Okay, so let's begin. And Rashmi, just have a look. Seems like a few of the participants are yet to join in, and just check. Even today. Oh, okay, and okay, fine. Right. So we will proceed. Right. So I believe yesterday I promised that we will play a game today. So certainly we will do that. So that's icebreaker. And it's unfortunate others are not able to switch on. Like, Pooja, what happened to you? You always keep your camera on. Those who keep the camera, because I can see the moment I said Srilekha had a smile on her face. So that gives me kind of an, what do you call, vitamin. So that is what the trainer also needs. Okay, so brilliant. So those who can keep the camera on, please. So we will play the game. And but before we do that, I thought we can just carry on with few of the things which we will do it today, and then we will certainly go on and play this particular game. Okay, great. So what I will do is that I'll share my screen now. We'll talk about the every training has some ground rules or maybe some requirements and all. We have already shared with you, but I have it as in a form of a slide as well. So I'll share with you that as well. Okay, brilliant. So let me do that now. Okay, great. Here they are, some expectations, ground rules and agreement, hands-on activity. So let's be pretty clear. Yes, we will have load full of fun as we promised, so nothing is going to change. And so we will see some video clippings, some podcast, and a lot of activities here. Plus today, activities like today activity, icebreaker. Right, but other than that, let's also because everything would be related to learning, so that will be the focus, right? So our goal will not change. The goal is still the same, which is learning this particular language, picking up the skills. And I'm sure since all of you are here in 201, you have the basic skills or more than that as well, right? But how to hone it, how to make it better. So that is precisely what we will be looking at. So it will be all connected with learning. Okay, great. So let's see what they are. First thing first is that request a participant to log into desktop or laptop. If you can do that, that will be a great thing to do, because you can, if we run a slide, you can see the slide properly. If it's a mobile phone, it will be smaller. You will not be able to read. And also we will build up the vocabulary as well. The previous students who graduated from 101, they know that. Right, so you have to type those things and stuff like that, which will be a part of the activity. So if you can log in from your desktop or from your laptop, that will be great, which has a camera, of course. Right, so if not, yes, always the option is there, but I'm sure all of you would have that option, so you can do that. Another thing is that it might be easy for you to read the slide, and it will give you at least some resemblance of kind of a class. And do you have your audio and video checked, which is all done. This actually I run in the very first day, but yesterday we just went on with so many things and we couldn't complete that. So it's like the audio and video have it checked by now. Everybody are pretty sure. And net, sometime it can be down if you are even in Chennai or maybe in a big city, it can happen, or Bangalore or anywhere else. As long as you have a stable net, or maybe if there is weather or other hindrance, you can't do much about that. Okay, attend the class in a secluded place, which you all did beautifully yesterday as well, so that you can focus on the lesson which is being done, so you don't get disturbed. So that's a very, very important one. I had a class earlier, a couple of students, they attended from outside because there is a lot of commotion inside the house. That's also perfectly fine. So if you want to do that, as long as you're able to hear. Right. Make sure the light isn't coming from back. If it comes in front, that will be great. That will be fantastic. And switch off your mic when it's not needed. right? Which you all have done, and switch on your camera when you speak, or leave the camera on if it's not a bandwidth issue for you. Okay. Another thing is that participate. That's very, very important, right? So be interactive. Never feel shy. Open up whatever you want to ask. Be selfish about your learning. That's very, very important. Okay, because this is your learning, and so this is a skill which is no matter how much you hone, but you still there is a lot to do, right? So always be selfish for your learning. No doubt is a silly doubt. Some of the new participants who are very new to the system as well, to the company as well. So feel free. So this is a kind of an interactive class. If you want to say something, add something, or maybe ask something, never feel shy or never feel think that it's a silly doubt, right? If required, it's not required here. It's for 101. If I required, I can speak in a local language. It's not required, right? So we all can converse and understand in English very well. Okay. And it's a great opportunity which DTouch is providing as a platform, right? And this is also a great opportunity because it's interactive. So we have put in a lot of efforts in terms of building up this content and also bringing it to you. There are a lot of behind the scene work which goes on, right, from the coordinator, captain, and the trainer as well. So let's make the best of use of it, what the company is providing. And so this is what it is. What we will also do is that we will do a virtual hi-fi, right? So that we will do now. So what we will do is that Rashmi will take a print screen, and so we all will switch on our camera and bring our hand in front of the what do you call the camera, and so it will be a virtual hi-fi which we all will do now, right? So that we will capture. Which we did with the previous session as well. So here it is. It's a virtual hi-fi. So this is what we will try and do. So what I'll do is that I'll switch on my screen sharing stuff now at this point of time. So we will all do that. Brilliant. So have your camera, if you can, temporarily on, and don't mind it if you want to leave it on. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, Yelinan and Dikshita, I can see, and Ramadas. Yes, Ramadas. Yes, Arati, fabulous. And okay, Rashmi, are you ready? Okay, Kokila is also switched on her camera. Okay, Ramadas, if we can see you as well, that will be great. I can't see the rest of the people. Okay, fine. So here we go. It's a virtual hi-fi with a big smile. So this will probably go on a DTouch platform as well. Yes, everybody is giving a great smile. Here we go. Fabulous. Okay, great. Fantastic. Have you captured it, Rashmi? Okay, fabulous. Thank you very much. Okay, leave the camera on. It's good to see people.
Simon, I have a question. You're not collecting vote for BJP, right? Asking for hi-fi.
This one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't understand your question completely.
So you're not convincing BJP, right?
Me, I hate politics. Sorry, right? So I hate politics. Okay, yes, but that's another way. That's a personal thing. So I shouldn't be saying that, but that's something that's there. At least it's a democracy. We can bring in government and ensure the net government comes. Okay, I'm not in for any political party, Srilekha, to answer your question in a straightforward way. Okay, fabulous. Ramadas is just logged in the sense like I can see him now. Okay, brilliant. So let's, if you don't have bandwidth issue, leave your camera on. Ramdas, how many IDs you have logged in from? I can see 3 Ramdas here. Onion 1, Onion 2, Onion 3. Okay, that's fine. If you can be there, keep logged in. Okay, fine. So we will, what we will do is that we will do another activity, and after that we will play a game. So let's see. I'm sure all of you are pretty energetic. So we will do something known as, I'll share the screen again. We will do hip hip hooray. I'm not too sure if you all have experienced this particular thing. So I'll tell you how we will do that. Here we go. Okay. So what we will do is that we will do a hip hip hooray. I believe we did it in the last batch as well. So hip hip hooray. So what will happen is that I'll say hip hip, and you'll all see hooray, and this will happen for 3 times. So why do we do? So you might be asking why, right? So it's a good question to ask why. Look at kids; they might always ask questions, especially the young one, right? So encourage them to ask, and similarly, as a trainees, you can also ask a lot of questions. So hip hip hooray, what it's for? It's to cheer, to congratulate something, right? Completely congratulate something, someone, and or maybe celebrating something, right? So what we are celebrating now, we are celebrating that beginning of a new particular batch, and we are also celebrating that we have commenced and we will start our learning journey. So this is what we are going to celebrate now, right? So how will it will go? I'll say hip hip, then you will all say hooray. I'll say hip hip, you will say hooray. I'll say hip hip, you will say hooray. So I'll stop sharing my screen, or else only the slide will be available, can be seen, not your pictures and all. Okay, so let's do a sample one. If you can again have your camera on, that will be great. Okay, all of you. Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Not good, yeah, not good. This is not 201, yeah. Okay, this is 101 hip hip hooray, right? So we have to stand up to the what do you call our standards. Rashmi, you can also shout. You're also coordinators. We should make more noise. Okay, we'll try one more sample, then 3 hip hip hooray. Hip hip.
Hooray.
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 Fantastic. Okay, so let's synchronize this now. Let's do it. This is the final. Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you, everybody. So what we will do is that I'll quickly go into the icebreaker game, which we spoke about yesterday, which we will do. So it will be slightly bit complex here, and hopefully we will be able to handle that complexity. And I'll tell you what is the complex part, because you might have to log off for a while and log in back. And so hopefully everybody will do that. I did my schooling, as I said, in Delhi, part of it. So when I remember on Saturdays, you used to have to wear completely white uniform. So sometime what happened is that you wear everything white, but the shoe will be not be white, right? So you have to wear the white shoe as well. So it used to be foggy as well, foggy weather in Delhi. So they used to give a punishment. You go and stand behind the prayer line. So it used to be so foggy, even for a couple of meters, you can't see who is there standing and all. So we used to completely bunk that particular prayer. So hopefully nobody will bunk this class. Just kidding. So everybody will log off and come back, and we will do this. So this is a great event. So I've got a great event. I think I spoke about this yesterday. I'll give you a kind of, it's only fair I give you a brief again. Right, this is an icebreaker. I explained about this yesterday. So this is used in a training, and I'm sure Srilekha and some of you who would have done a training or attended a training, you would know that. So this is like breaking the ice. Like, so why it is like? Because it's a great opportunity. We start the training and make it lighter in the beginning, so everybody get interested. See, we are just at the second day. So the previous participants know, who came in for 101. For first couple of weeks, we will keep it pretty light. I want you all to come in, enjoy this session, be here. We will have a chat and we will keep talking. I'll run some slides. So that's the objective, which would be for past couple of for the couple of weeks. And after that, what happens is that we will get into the business end, as they say in IPL, business end, meaning the last four and the big four and all semi-final and all those things, right? So that is what it is. So we will upskill, or maybe we will put the gear. So this is what it is. So icebreaker. So what we are going to do now, I explained this for any training, any meeting and those kind of stuff. I think I ran the slides yesterday because we had some time, right? And any event that requires people to comfortably interact with each other. This is a perfect opportunity, which is icebreaker. Okay, what we are going to do today, Chinese whisper, right? Chinese whisper. So why, you might be thinking why it's called Chinese whisper. I'll just give you 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'll tell you why it is called Chinese whisper. I'm back. So why it's called Chinese Whisper? So it's a interesting story behind that as well. So this is like because earlier China was very strong, even now today, and economically very strong. They say Silk Route, and they also were the one who brought in cotton, and also they brought in silver and stuff, which was also used with the sword and all, right? So if you take a deep dive into history, you will find that, and people were chased after Chinese stuff even at those times, right? So when Westerners used to travel to China, they used to go to China, but they can never understand a word what they are saying. So Westerners, funnily or very, very comically, they started saying it's Chinese whisper. Why? Their language is like a whisper. You can't understand anything. So it's also considered a bit rude of late. So this game is also gone a kind of a change. They say telephone game, right? But I thought let's keep it Chinese whisper. Otherwise, it will lose the what do you call the charm. When you say Chinese whisper, it sounds really great, right? So let's see what's happening here. These are few people who are whispering. There is one boy who's whispering to another boy, and there's a girl eagerly watching. So that is precisely what we will do. So I'll explain how this goes on. I believe I did say this yesterday, but I'll say this again. First thing first is that I'll show some slide to one participant, and I'll request all other participants to log off. Right, so everybody will log off, and once I show this thing to the first participant, then Rashmi, you will be in touch with Rashmi on WhatsApp, and she will ask you to log in one by one. So what will happen is that the person who reads this stuff or read this stuff first will be passing on this message to the next participant, right? So you can't ask him to or her to repeat. So be clear what you want to say in one go, right? And so that's one. Even for the very first participant, it will not be there forever for 5 minutes and all. It will be just for 10 seconds. And I'll take it off, right? So you have to remember what it was and pass it on. So then it will go to the next player. Then it go to the next one and the last one, right? So what's the fun in this? Because the message which was there in the beginning, right, and the last person message what he delivers it, so there will be a complete variant. Sometimes it takes a very, very twisty. I've kept a very simple Chinese whisper today. We can do this game another time as well, so we will keep it even a little bit a toughy one as well. So usually what happens is that it is very hilarious. It's very funny as well, right? So I thought this would be a perfect icebreaker. We played this thing in the morning, 301. So it was a big hit, and so I'm sure this will also go down pretty well. Okay, so what we will do is that so I will request. I have to just give me 1 second. I have to stop sharing my screen now. First of all, is there any doubt to anyone?
No, sir.
Fantastic, Viraj. Okay. Okay, great. So what we will do is that I will request a participant to log off one by one, and I'll tell you who will stay back. Just give me 1 second. Let me have a quick look at the list whom we have. Okay. But if you are the first participant, but you have seen the Chinese whisper already in the previous class, then I have to say, are you sure? Okay, are you sure? Because if you remember it well, then it'll, okay. Then, okay, fine. So what we will do is that Rashmi is also, I was thinking Rashmi, because you are also a participant, how will we do? And then, okay, makes sense. You will be the first participant. So I would request all other participants to kindly log off now and stay. It might take 5 to 10 minutes. One by one, Rashmi will be asking you to log in back, and you will do this exercise. Okay, so please, you can all log off now. apart from Rashmi. Okay, so Rashmi, what I'm going to do is that, but are you sure you haven't seen it? Last time, last training, you were saying, चलो ठीक है, चलो ठीक है, okay, fine. One second, so let me share that screen. That's okay. We want you to forget. That will be funny. Right. So, 1 second. Let me share this particular screen with you now. 1 second. So, it will be there for some time, as I said. Remember, that's very important. And then after that, you pass it on. So, you can't repeat. So, as I said. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Here we go. Rashmi, this is the thing. Okay, your time is up now. Okay, so what you will do is that I'll tell you one by one. You can call the participants. So just give me. I'll stop sharing my screen. 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'll stop sharing. Hey, no one is here, so I need to see whom I can call. So what you do is that you call Yelinan first, please. Yelinan, hi, welcome back. So, Rashmi has a message. So, if you want to switch on your camera as well, do that. It's all getting recorded. It goes into the DTest platform as well. It will be great. Other students can also see. Fantastic.
Okay.
So, she has a message for you. It will be very short and crisp. You can't make her to repeat and all. Okay, as I said. So, all yours, Rashmi. Yes, please. Okay. So, we can't hear you, Yelinan. Okay.
Yeah, big black bug.
No, that's okay. Whatever she said, you remember now. You can't, what do you call, correlate or, so you understood what she has said. Okay, great. Fantastic. Great. So what we will do is that we will call the next participant, and that would be, let's call Pooja. Pooja, welcome back. And so, Yelinan, if you can keep your camera on, that will be great. So, Yelinan has got a message. And remember, you can't make him repeat. So, listen carefully what he has to say. Yes, Yelinan.
Yeah, I repeat the same or new?
No, the same.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Yeah, big black bug bites to big nose. Can you hear it?
Yeah, she can. You understood, Pooja?
Can I repeat, sir?
Okay, fine. I'll let you repeat. Yes.
Yeah.
Loud. Be loud, Yelinen.
Okay.
Mm.
A big black bug bites to big nose.
Okay, I think
Okay.
this is loud, and she would have heard about that. Was very loud. You keep your thing close by, the mic close by when you talk, Yelena. Okay, not
Okay.
now
Yeah.
when you speak. Okay,
Okay.
that's one of the reason. Okay, fine. Or you have a collar thing you can put here also, so it will be very close to the collar. Okay, so what we will do is that we will call the next participant, and that would be Ramdas. Call Ramdas, please. Where is Ramdas? Okay. Okay, Ramdas, you're here, and Pooja has got a message for you. Yes, Pooja, and if you can both keep your camera on, that will be great. We can capture this. Yes, Pooja.
Big black bite, big black bite and bite you on nose.
Ramdas, loud and clear. You got it? Yes? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Bite on here. Nose.
Okay, fantastic. You heard it. Now we can hear you. Thanks, Pooja. And Ramdas, I'll call the next participant with whom you will pass on this message. So let's call Sri Lekha now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, no issues. That's perfectly fine. Right, here we go. So, Sri Lekha, Ramadas has got a message for you. You both, if you can have your camera on, that will be great. So, we can capture this. Yes, Ramadas.
Big bad bite on nose. I think that's
Only one time?
big bad bites on nose.
Okay.
Okay, I think you got it. Fantastic. Great. So, let's call the next participant, and that would be Gokila. We have already lost the actual message.
I could smell it.
Yeah, we have already lost that. You played this game, Sri Lekha?
Not virtually, but among the friends, office staff will play, right?
Okay. We have already lost the essence of this particular message. Anyway, in the previous batch, it was on a different level. Arun was too good. The first passer has to be really, really good. Okay, is Kokila in? Yes, Kokila is there. Hi, Kokila. Keep your camera on. Sri Lekha has a message for you.
Okay.
Yes, Srilekha, all yours.
Big bad bite on the nose. You able to hear?
Yes,
Gokila?
ma'am.
Okay.
She is able
You
to
want me to
hear.
repeat?
Yes, ma'am. Once again.
See what I hear, I'm telling you. Big bad bite on the nose. That's what. Yeah.
Big bad bite on the nose. Okay, fantastic, brilliant. So let's call. Who else is there? Let's call Viraj now, please. And who would be left after Viraj? I think it will be Deekshita and Aarti. Okay. See, when we play virtually, it does take some time, but it's okay. Fine, it's also fun. So when you see the actual message, here the participants are slightly taking longer time. In the morning when it was like patak patak, everybody were coming back so soon. Okay, Viraj is here. Viraj, switch on your camera if you can, and Kokila has got a message for you.
Okay.
Yes, Kokila.
Big bad bite on the nose.
Okay. So I
Okay,
believe you
okay.
heard it. Fabulous. So I'll call the next participant. That will be, I think, Aarti is here. Call Aarti, please. Okay, welcome back, Aarti. And Viraj has got a message for you. Yes, Viraj.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. The message is big bad bite on the nose.
Sorry, beat.
Big bad bite.
Beat bite on the
nose.
nose. Okay.
Fine. So it's again okay. Great. So let's. I believe the last participant. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bharti was there. Okay. So call Deekshita now. Is she in? Okay, Dikshita is in. Hi, Dikshita. Who has gotten a message for you? Who's the one who's got the message? Uh, Aarti, yes. I can't see. This is a new. I don't know. I'm getting a new Google thing. It's completely different. Aarti has got a message for you, Dikshita. Listen this carefully. She will not
Okay.
repeat it again. Please. Yes, Aarti.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Beat bite on the nose.
Deep bite on the nose.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got
Okay.
it. Okay, fabulous. So, Rashmi, call the last participant, please. You all will be in for a surprise when you look at the actual message. So, that's the beauty of it. and it has taken another turn already now. She's on another call. Okay. We just give another minute or so. So next time we have to tell, don't take any calls and all. Huh? You are there in the training. You're reserved for the training. Are you calling them or you're putting a message, Rashmi? Okay, she must. Okay, you're calling them. Okay, here she is. Okay, Bharti, good to have you. So,
Hello, sir.
Hi. Great. Dikshita have a message for you. Yes, Dikshita, all yours.
Hi, Bharti.
Yeah, hi, Dikshita.
Deep bite on the nose.
Sorry?
Can I repeat once again?
Yeah.
Deep bite on the nose.
Big bite on the nose.
Yes.
Nose. Okay.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, so great. So what we have done is that we have completed the exercise. Have I forgotten anybody else, Rashmi? No. Okay, fantastic. So nobody should say that, no, you left us. Okay, great. So what I'll do is that I'll share, and everybody will be in for a surprise. Before I share this particular screen, Discord. Afsana Begum. That's what I said. Okay, call Afsana. Sorry. That's what I said, Afsana. It got changed a couple of times already. Rashmi did a great service actually, because the beginner is very important. They have to take the message, and Arun did a beautiful job. This is a fun. Don't worry about that. So the beginner is very important. After the beginner, what happens is that how you carry it on. They carried it beautifully, right? And now we have seen another diversion or change, right? So that has happened now. So that's the fun of it. So what's the beginning one? What's the end? So this is a good game. But only thing is that to fasten up and have it fast, that will be great. Usually we do in a training room. Right, so we ask the trainees to go out and stand out, and we open a paper, and they open a paper and see that stuff, and then one by one, we could keep calling in, and the audience is there in front, and then everybody break into usually it is a tongue twister or something very interesting and all. Okay, so we wait for Apsana. Oh, she's there. Okay, Hafsana, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic, great. Hafsana, there is a message for you, and this message will be delivered by, correct me, Bharti. Yes, Bharti.
Yeah, yes, sir. Hi, Apsana. The word is deep bite the nose. Deep bite the nose. Deep bite the nose.
Okay.
Sorry. Deep bite the nose. Deep bite the nose. I think so. I don't know.
That's okay. You understood? What is that, Apsana?
I could not understand.
But she said something. What she said. Okay, we'll give one more chance, Bharti. Clear.
Apsana, the word is deep bite the nose. Deep bite the nose. Yeah.
Is it deep or dip?
My understanding is dip.
Dip. Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. So that's what it is. So Hafsana, what is the last message? Say to the class before I show the actual message.
Dip by the nose.
Dip by the nose. Okay, that's what it is. So here it is. It's coming up now, and I'll share with you now. Let's see whether my screen is in the share mode. One second. Okay, so I'm sure everybody's able to see. So this is what it is: a big black bug bit a big black dog on his big black nose. So this is precisely what it was. So so this is what it was, and so what happened is that Rashmi, I believe, probably she's the one who couldn't carry on the entire message and pass it on to rest of the team. So that's a kind of a diversion which happened there. But after that, it happened many twists and turns, and finally we got this. So that was fun. Okay, so this is how the first participant, what they have to do is that they have to remember what is there. So this is also easy to remember: a big black dog, a big black bug. Okay.
Yeah.
And a big black dog on his big black nose. So that's what it was. Brilliant. So that was, I'm sure it was funny, and you all will be surprised. And everybody did well. So this is a game. So yes, that's how it goes. So we will, at some point of time, we will try and play it again, right? Given opportunity. There are various games which we will do. Okay, great. So I also see it has taken quite a bit of time. So let's see what we can do now. So as I said yesterday as well, we will keep it a bit lighter initially, and then we'll get into the business end where we will start doing stuff where it will be important. Okay, great. So let me share the screen again with you. Okay. So I believe we will be able to complete a couple of these stuffs, and so first thing first is that I'll speak to the previous participants. We have 3 of them, and I would request them to stay back for 5 minutes. Pooja, Aarti, and Bharti. So I would have to say something to you, right? And so the rest of the participants at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, they can log off. Okay, great. So first thing is that functional English. So so we are not calling this English. This is functional English. The English which we all will use in our the important aspects of our life, which is most importantly in terms of the career. So that is what it is. So it is not English. So you might be thinking why we don't call it English, right? So wondering why it's called functional English. Why not English? Because there's a reason. We are not covering the entire aspect of the language. That will not be possible. That's also within 1 hour and 8 weeks, right? Definitely not. So what we are trying to cover here. So this is because why? This is built over a period of time. This is not built overnight, right? Definitely not at all. Because language is something, because it starts as early as in your kindergarten. That's what the slide says. LKG, UKG, till your schooling, and then finally your college, right? And after that as well, the journey doesn't stop, right? So you have to be on lookout, and you have to be there has to be some sort of efforts from us as well, no matter which school or where we study and all, right? Because this is not our native language. Just remember that, because we have our mother tongue. It could be Tamil, it could be Kannada, it could be Hindi, or various other languages. It's not, we're not born in America or maybe any other country like Canada, Australia, where English is your mother tongue. No, it's not. So the thing is that there has to be a focus, there has to be an effort. So am I saying that if you didn't pick up your early skills, you will not be able to pick up now? No, I'm not saying that. I've seen many of, after having said all those things, I've seen several examples which I can count on my finger and tell, who speak marvelous English, who write really well, who can understand anything, and though their early learning was not that great, right? So yes, it's all effort. So if we put in that effort, things can happen, right? So we can do limited things in the class. What I will be doing is that I will be building skills. I'll be telling the way how you can do. There will be a lot of stuff which we'll be doing in the class as well, but this journey will be have to be carried outside the class as well, which you will carry, right? So if you want something, you have to go and achieve that, and this is not something which can't be achieved because we have various tools. We will talk about that in the coming classes, right? So the most important thing how it can happen is practice a conscious thing. See, first of all, everything I keep saying, it's there in the mindset. If you don't have it here in the mindset, definitely it will not happen. So unless and until we want to change and you completely want understand and you really want it, it will not happen. So that's the first important step. It's not about sometime about the language, it's about the mindset, right? And this is a fast track, so it's an 8-week. So it's an 8-week course, so we will try and do as much as possible in this 8 weeks. And the course will fine tune your existing skills. So there is no magic wand where we can bring in and we say, yes, you will speak flowery English. No, it doesn't happen that way. So what it will do is that it will hone the existing skill. Though it is 201, but every individual here may have a different need here as well. Okay, so that is something which we can cater. That's why it is interactive. It's not online. We can definitely put something there on the online thing. We have our classes from the previous session as well that will be online. But will it cater to your at that point of time need, or will it cater to that particular individual out of say 13 of this member here? May not be, right? That individual might definitely need something, and there's nothing like interacting with live person who will be your facilitator and who can help you with that. So that is the beauty of this particular course. So as I mentioned, what it will do is that it will hone, it will polish, right? What skills, and it will make it effective as well. So that is precisely according to the level of 201 which we will do, right? So the basic point is that it will only hone your existing skill and polish it and make it effective. So that is what we are trying to achieve from this particular class. Okay, so let's look at what we have. So I have a preview of the training as well, so which I will share with you, right? So first thing is that so this is what I said, because for the previous participant we will have something which we have already to some extent covered. So I can give those previous participants who have graduated some of the tasks which they can do offline and join us, right? So so what will happen is that this is broken into 4 things. The content, I'll show you the content, right? The first thing is that a foundation. So we will build a foundation for English. So this is what we are trying to create. We are creating a kind of an urge importance of this, right? So that's what we will cover up in the foundation. I'll show you the lesson plan which we will do. Then we will talk about the bottlenecks, right? What are the bottlenecks, which is a hindrance, which is very, very important, right? So first thing is like understand what are the things which could be something preventing you, avoiding you, or maybe not able to deliver your best. Okay. Then we will talk about the effective techniques. There are various techniques which is freely available, right? So that's something which we'll talk about, right? Some sort of conscious, a little bit effort on your end, right? So which will do wonders. I said no. There are many who haven't had a great initial education, but they picked up this particular skill. How? It's all about their mindset. It's all about using the techniques available. Maybe if it was not available before, yes, they have somehow they have managed to do that. So it's all about the mindset, right? We'll talk about the 4 facets. What we are looking at is that we will be focusing on 2 important aspects, right? So first thing is that, of course, the listening part. I'm sure everybody is able to listen and able to understand what I'm saying. That's perfectly fine. And the second part would be in terms of speaking part, right? So that's something we will try and get some sort of fluency, the way we talk, the way we articulate. You will be put into a lot of activities where you will do this activity. This is all great practice, right? So when you do it here in the class in front of the audience, which could be a limited audience, including me, it will be 14 when we have full strength. So that's great enough. This is itself is a platform. This itself is an audience. When you keep doing this over a period of 8 weeks, believe me, there will be wonderful confidence which will have on you. I've seen participants from 101, right, the day one class, and when they graduated, there was earth and sea change, earth and sky change, right? So they were completely how it happened, right? So it's built up over a period of time. Okay, so this is what it is. So what I will do is that, and I'll share an Excel screen with you, which will talk about, we should know what we are doing now. So I'll share a content with you, which will be for this particular thing. Just give me 1 second. I'll pull up that file which is opened here, and we will cover up these aspects of the training here. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Okay, here we go. Right, so we are talking about the first thing would be the foundation for functional English. So we will cover up various aspects here in terms of functional English. So to start with, there will be we will talk about the preview. We will talk about why it is important, stuff like that. We need to create a kind of an importance of this particular thing, which will be there, which is a real one, right? So that's something we will talk about, right? And then what will happen is that we will have some case studies as well. So we will talk about those case studies as well. So I'll have something for you where we can see in the form of videos. There will be a lot of videos and other stuffs as well, which we will see. This edition, we will have a lot of videos, right? From that will be a big change from the previous edition. As I said, we will talk about the bottlenecks, right? Just give me 1 minute. You do happen to lose your voice here and there, so I did happen with me. So I had a sip of water. Okay, I'm back here. So we will talk about the bottlenecks. What are the bottlenecks? How important is to be in the zone, that particular language zone and all. We will talk about that. Then what we will talk about is that we will talk about the techniques for effective speaking. So we will talk about the various techniques which is there, which can be used, which we will use in the class as well, and we will talk about that as well. Okay. Then we will talk about the 4 facet. The 4 facet remains the same for all the languages, Kannada, Marathi, or maybe Tamil, or any other language, for English as well. So we will talk about one by one. As I said, listening and speaking is the utmost priority. We will also see how this class is going. If possible, we will cover up a bit of writing as well, but that will be there more for 301, right? So we will cover on these 2 aspects as well. We'll cover up a little bit of reading things as well, phonics and those stuffs as well, right? So that's what it is. Then it will be, I'll show you, then we will get into the lesson plan. So the lesson plan will be, you will be doing a lot of free speeches, role plays, and real life greetings, pronunciation, phonics, and these are the stuff which we will do, right? And so this is what we will have. And so we will cover, we have some soft skills. So we have planned where we can do a workshop apart from this. So let's see how the time goes. If required, we will do that as well. Okay. And so this is what we will cover up on a week-to-week basis. So we have stuff here. We might have lost some time, but we will see how we can catch up. So this will be week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 6 and all. And as you all know that, we will have assessments as well, which will be on Saturday. If not assessment for past couple of, or maybe first 2 weeks, we will have some assignments, which will be offline assignment, which will be given to you, which you can keep it yourself busy. So this is what our lesson plan is. So this is what we will try and achieve from here. Okay, so I have something which I'll share with you, and I'll not give you as a homework at this point of time. So we will do it from the following class. See, the important thing is like I showed you structure, but there are some things which I'll bring it before so that we will have some task. Otherwise, it will become a one-way show where I'm doing all the lessons and you become just an audience. So I don't want that to happen. So initially, once I do the foundation and all, my job will be more of a facilitator, actual facilitator. It will be more, you will be doing the task. I'll be just managing the class here, right? So that's what it is. So I will bring in a lot of things which is there behind, a little bit ahead, so we can start doing that activity in the class itself. So first thing is that vocabulary, right? If somebody asks you to do cooking today, make some rice, or maybe favorite, ask anybody, biryani, right? So what will happen is that what they will say is that they need ingredients, right? So without ingredients you can't do. So that's the same with the vocabulary as well. If you want to speak in a language, if I want to come to Karnataka and speak in Kannada, I need vocabulary. Without vocabulary, how can I do? But English is not the same, because you are all in 201. You know a lot of language, but a lot of words. Is that enough? It is enough to speak to two of us, or maybe in a team. And but is that enough? Right? So that's a big question. So always look out for new stuff which you come across. There's nothing wrong. Even now, when I get into reading, I love reading newspaper. I got into a habit pretty young age, and nowadays you have facility where you can look at when the new word comes. Believe me, there are a lot of new words which everybody keep coming across. So don't leave that word and see what that word is, and I'll tell you what are the techniques here, right? So first thing is that how strong is your vocabulary, because we talked about you need some ingredients for cooking. Similarly, this is the vocabulary. So English is ocean, language is ocean. Even if you say someone in a local language, an expert, nobody could be expert, right? Even Shakespeare, I don't know whether he can call himself or maybe, right, an expert, right? So maybe there will be a lot of stuff which probably even he may not know, right? So it's like an ocean, right? Not everything is created by one person, right? So it's like an ocean. So you may not know everything, right? So there's always room to learn. So never leave an unknown word skip off your attention. That's very, very important, right? You come across something. It could be a paper. It could be a television. It could be a meeting. It could be somewhere. Never skip. Let it skip off your radar. Make a silent note somewhere if you can. And you have something like a smartphone, you can use it and you look into that word and understand what's the meaning of it, right? So that's the very, very first thing. That's a very good habit to get in, right? So understand the meaning, how it is used in a sentence. That's very, very important. How it's used in the sentence. Okay, I know this vegetable. How can I cook this? So that's very important. How do you use that in a sentence? Okay, the next one will be this word you can come across any platform, as I said, any platform, a paper, a meeting, or there about that, right? It could be reading, watching, conversation, anything. But the magic here is that, right, our brain is pretty smart, they say, right? Somewhere down the line, there is conscious and there is subconscious thing. So there is interesting videos on this as well. There are a lot of stuff which goes on to your subconscious part as well. So our mind needs something to revisit again and again till you have a complete command over that particular word, right? So what you have to do is that once you have this word, believe me or not, if it's a new word, if you don't know about that meaning, there is good chance after a week you might forget, or maybe you might forget the very next day also. So what you have to do is that you have to keep revisiting that couple of times, or maybe more than that, till it becomes a part of your vocabulary. And this is the only way how you can build up the vocabulary. Vocabulary cannot be built up like you have a screen of 500 words, you remember everything, cram, like in good old time when we were school kid, where we used to cram the capitals of the countries, right? We did that. We all did that. Still, if you ask those who have done that, the country's capital you might still remember. Right? So Ethiopia, still Addis Ababa, I remember, because I studied that. We used to, because it used to come into GK thing, competitive exams as well. But vocabulary cannot be done. Vocabulary has to be understood, the meaning, used in the thing, and you have to keep revisiting, and then it becomes a part of it, right? So keep revisiting that word, and you can proudly have it in your kitty of vocabulary. So we will end with this this particular important note here. It's 6 now. So what I would request is that that will bring to an end of this particular class now. I'll stop sharing my screen, and so we will log back again tomorrow, and we will keep this learning journey moving ahead tomorrow. So as I requested, I would request the previous participant, which is Arati, Bharati, and Pooja, to stay back just for a couple of minutes. And for the rest of the other participants who logged in today, thank you very much. And I'm sure you all had a great session. And I really enjoyed bringing this icebreakers today. We will have a lot of this activity, and hopefully we shared something important as well about the vocabulary as well. So this is not just a slide. Coming weeks, I will be giving three words each day, something which you haven't heard about. And so that's I'll say about the meaning of that particular word. I'll tell the meaning of that particular word, and you will make this as an just a short assignment, which you will bring it and you will type in the chat box. So hopefully, if you can do it on your system or a laptop, cut, paste, and copy it here, and I'll go through that. I'll correct it. So this is one form of writing which we will do in the class as well. Thank you very much for joining. I wish you all a great and good evening, and we will catch up again tomorrow at the same time. Bye for now.